Good morning, everyone. I am Bill Jones, co-host of Black Belt Tips, which you can find on iTunes and Google Play, YouTube as well at Top Level Jiu-Jitsu. I am also the owner and head instructor of Top Level Martial Arts in beautiful downtown Cuyahoga Falls. We are your home for Gracie Jiu-Jitsu. Back to you again today with our fourth installment of our Black Belt Tips Minicast. So this is just a quick podcast where I talk about the little things that what I call black belts in life do. So the things that people who are successful and get what they want in life, these are the things they do, and these are the kinds of things that we try to teach your kids and help the adults who train here do. So today we're going to talk about congruency. So before I get started, if you like what I'm saying, guys, do me a favor, give it a thumbs up, give it a share, give it a like, whatever, comment below, let me know what you think. That's the best way to kind of get some response to this. And the thing I want to talk about today is maybe you've met this person. Well, let's start with a kid, right? You have a kid and he's like, yeah, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get straight A's this year in school. And then like 2 days later, he's like, oh, I'll do my homework tomorrow. Or like they start putting things off. Or maybe you've met that person who's like, you know what, I'm going to lose 50 pounds this year. And then, 2 days later, they're drinking like a large Diet Coke and eating, a Whopper and fries. And they're like, oh, you know what, my next meal will be the one. So people who are successful, people who are black belts in life, they don't do those kinds of things. And it's not that they don't have cheat days or they don't mess up, but it's that they develop a goal and then they sit down and say, okay, well, this is my goal. And then they sit down and they create a plan that is congruent with that goal. And they try to make every aspect of their life congruent with that goal. And what I mean by congruent is that every action they take leads to that goal, right? So if they're trying to, let's say, get a raise at work, they might sit down with their boss and say, hey, here's the situation. I need a raise. What would be required for me to get up to the next pay level? And the boss says, oh, you know what, we need to take you up to a level 3 in order to have that. And to be a level 3, I feel like you need this, this, and this. So that person's going to sit down and they're going to say, okay, well, I'm probably going to have to work a couple extra hours. So where can I make that time in my schedule? They're going to want me to do certain projects. So, what do I need to learn to do that? And then they start making changes that lead exactly to that goal. And every aspect of their life starts pointing to it. And that doesn't mean you can't have more than one goal. So let's say I personally have the goal of losing weight and getting a raise. Those things can go together. And what I find is that successful people are the ones who are best at seeing multiple goals and figuring out the paths that go straight at those goals. And that's congruency. That is the ability to make everything in your life point toward a single goal. And generally, that's what people who are black belts in life do. They are congruent with every single thing they do. So think about it. Write down below like the things that you do that are congruent toward your goals and that you think would be helpful for anybody watching. Do me a favor. Share this, like it. If you're watching on YouTube, do me a favor and subscribe. If you are listening to this on iTunes or Google Play, thank you for listening. And if you haven't listened to our podcast, Black Belt Tips, then I highly recommend you do. It's a lot lighter than the stuff I talk about in the minicasts. It is a martial arts-based podcast, so we talk about like martial arts movies, UFC, MMA, just everything in the world, plus just kind of everyday chat. So it's a great podcast. A lot of people who aren't martial artists write us all the time saying how much they love it. Guys, I'm Bill Jones. This has been your Black Belt Tips Minicast number 4, Congruency. Get everything pointed the way you want it. I'm out.